Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Starcraft, the Zerkening.
Yep, it's time to play the Zergs.
And you can read this.
Hmm. The Swargs have crushed the meager human resistance and laid waste to 9 of the 13 world's heirs of Terran. Shortly after the fall of the Terran capital world of Tarnosis, the Pain, the Mayor's fleet abandoned the Terran sector. Now efforts continue, to weed out the remaining Protoss forces.
I don't think you had to read that fast, but okay.
I probably didn't. I probably would have read it better, Frank. But I remember, I swear, almost every time I read it.
The main problem, I think they always are the same time, no matter how long. Oh, jeez. Imagine if you like, I mean, if you worked for like Pinky and she made you the leader of, she made you the orgy organizer. That'd be beautiful.
That'd be pretty amazing.
It spontaneously generates lava, which in turn are used to spawn your various warriors and minions.
Spontaneously, is that really the correct one? Oops.
Whoops. That didn't happen. No one saw that. But,
I don't know if isn't continuously better than spontaneously?
what was, I didn't quite
Because he was like, it spontaneously creates lava, which is the thing that you build units with.
Right.
As your forces grow in number, you must hatch more overlords to control them. You have enough minerals. Select a lava and mutate it into an overlord.
Basically some sort of tutorial stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway.
Maybe this is like us, but like poke things eyes out.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty reasonable reason to want to poke things eyes out. I kind of poke that thing's eyes out. But anyways, yeah, I think you're.
Your strains, you must generate the various hive structures. The drones themselves mutate into these structures. Yet be careful. Never use your last drone to make a building.
Thanks, Obama.
Must be a pretty bad day when you use your last stone to make a building.
Obama brain, probably so. But anyways, yeah, I think continuously is a little more correct than spontaneously, because it doesn't really seem to just burst them into existence or anything.
Well, I mean, it just kind of does it, but I assume there's a timer on it. That's mostly what I had with spontaneously, where I'm like, when you say spontaneously, I'm just, doesn't that define randomly, kind of? It could be like sometimes, but sometimes not, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, I see yours. Yeah, I think you're right.
Your drone to become a spawning.
See, and here's where that I was mentioned, where I was noticed that because of the fight.
That structures can only implant themselves.
It cost 200 instead of 150. And back in there it cost 150. And like here's just where I always notice that the patches changed that.
Yeah, makes sense.
So I don't think the game ever mentions that it costs 150, but it's just
It's
when
just
you do this mission, it's somewhat apparent that they change the price.
Yeah. I see what you mean, because
Most of these fucking guys are super fucking slow.
wow, Zerg overlords. Jeez, how do you get that slow?
I don't know how they move. I guess that's a better question.
Yeah, it's a fair question. But do they need someone to help them cross the streets?
He said they pretty much are like the equivalent of a Zerg old guy, I guess.
The overlords are Granny Smith.
Yes. Zerg just like one.
Exactly, it's official.
I do love the legs though. Like there's something about the legs, the way they just dangle there.
That's pretty good. It is a very interesting thing, but I don't know how it moves at all.
I like
What?
it. The Zergs feel different to the Terrans already, as you could probably tell.
Yeah, it seems their whole structure thing is indeed
They
a lot
build
different.
people into buildings. I always like that idea. It's kind of fascinating.
Yeah,
And
it is.
my concept always was that they were having sex under there.
Oh, that's a pretty great concept.
I mean, what that does it look like?
When did you? That is true. When did you first play this?
Probably when I was like 6, maybe.
Oh, okay. So I assume it wasn't always your concept, but yeah.
Yeah, but not always.
I was just wondering. I was like, did you play this like if you played around like even 15 or something? I'd be like, oh, okay, but you know.
Sounds.
I have located a small band of Terrans who could threaten the Chrysalis and the Hive Cluster. You must not allow them to leave here alive.
But if they leave, they're not sweating. Shut up, killer! But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Let's see. I was born 95. The game came out 98. So I mean, I would probably. I mean, when did I first play it? I don't know, but I've seen it probably since I was like 5 or whatever. Like I know my brothers played it, so whenever my brothers played it, I probably saw it before then.
Yeah, makes sense.
But like really being able to play a game probably like 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. I mean, I understand what you mean like that by that. That's, I mean, honestly, that's part of why I can't, like, people are like, what's your first game? And I'm like, I don't remember. I was super young back then, and I'm constantly already watching people play games.
Yeah. And I mean, I know that I played whatever the one that you like, strategy game.
The Age of Empires?
Yeah, Age of Empires 2, I played that at the same time too.
Yeah.
So I don't
Makes
know whichever
sense.
two I even played first. And I mean, then I played Stronghold, but I mean, yeah, I mean, Stronghold was the one came out around 2002, 2000.
Makes sense. And, I mean, I'd
Long
probably...
time.
Like, obviously, like, so far from my long time indeed. Zerg Rush activate.
Totally watching this.
Totally.
Nom 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 nom. You gotta give them something. They're pretty cute when they destroy things like this. Like nom 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 nom.
It's pretty good. It's pretty OP. Like, I wish I could just nom buildings. But actually, no. That's a terrible thing to wish. I probably should.
You don't wish to nom buildings?
I don't really want to nom buildings and blow them up with my nomming. Aww.
Like Obamacare.
That's clearly the essence of Obamacare right there.
It'd be crazy if Obama ran around blowing up buildings to get Obamacare passed. Look at my egg, it's amazing.
It's very sexy.
I will actually say that these are really good.
Yeah.
Like, the game is really old, but these still look pretty good. Like the eye and all that.
Yeah.
They haven't really aged.
Yeah, they actually, like you mentioned, it is all really good art, and I'd actually say a lot of the Zerg things are...
Like, I think I've never been able to look at this and figure out what it is.
I have no idea.
It
It's
just
probably...
always confused my brain.
It's probably a dick.
Yes, totally. Like, I know this is a face, kind of, but it confuses me a lot.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything, but I will say one thing. Fun fact is, this eye, it changes between the... Like, if you play Starcraft 1, and if you play the expansion Starcraft 1, it has a nice detail where this eye changes.
Ah. I always
That's
like
from
nice
the beginning.
details like that. And I think I can even give a spoiler on another game. But yeah, I always love nice details like that because
That tower
the
just totally like walks past.
wow. I think our little chompy guys were asleep.
I mean, they numb him so hard he explodes.
Explodes into blood. It's pretty intense.
I wanna screw with Zerg.
I wouldn't want to skull it so that doesn't sound very sexy. But yeah, it's actually it's not as detailish in the detail, but there's actually a rather nice detail I like on Bravely Default that happens on the title screen, which I actually just recently noticed when we get later in the game.
Huh, that's good. I saw these guys look weird. That, like in this, I've never been able, like, it looks like they're floating.
It does kind of look like they're floating.
But I guess because it's his head, and like somewhere back there it would come back down. But it looks like it's floating. It's just a floating face.
Yeah.
Also, he makes a lot of spit.
What's it? Oh.
Like they keep sometimes if you keep that long enough, at some point it will show that again. Not trying to.
Trying to get it again. Oh, hi, eyeball.
Hi boy, why you gonna interrupt this?
Giant eyeball, you're my favorite customer.
Come on, do your spit singing, you cunt nigga.
It's fine. I'm sure it'll happen eventually. They really don't want to spit for you, do they?
They don't.
You
I know
gotta
that
make
it does it because I saw it only a few moments ago.
Yeah, well, I mean, if worst comes to worst, I can freaking check the recording.
Yeah, also, hey, look at the lava thing. It looks so cute. No,
Does it? Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't know, it actually.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I kind of figured you'd agree with me on that because they look like bugs.
They do look like bugs. I would not do that.
I wouldn't do that.
The
with
egg looks pretty
10-foot
neat though. Like the egg always made me hungry. I don't know why.
I don't know why either. That doesn't look very tasty.
It looks like it's a hot pocket.
Very clearly a hot pocket. Zerg hot pockets.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna run around a bit, kill a few people, and hopefully get the guys to spin.
Sounds like a plan. I guess I have to keep an eye on his little portrait and see if he does a thing. Oh, where's
there
the
we
big...
go.
Oh, there. Wow. Yeah, it just randomly produces like a bunch of spit.
I mean, they use spit at the enemies.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, they call them like they say they're supposed to shoot needle vines, but it always looks to me like they shoot acid. To be honest.
Yeah, I thought that's what they were shooting because that's just what I assumed. You said needle what?
They shoot needles. Like they shoot spines, pretty much.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't look like they're shooting spines.
Needle spines. Like they're shooting
Maybe
like
their
projectile,
spines.
kind of.
Maybe their
But I mean, I
spines
guess it
shoot
makes sense.
acid.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never figured out exactly how these guys are supposed to. But I mean, in Starcraft 2 they shoot needles, so like I'm pretty sure they were supposed to be shooting needles, kind of.
Yeah.
It's just in this game for whatever reason they probably couldn't easily. It probably. Like if you just made the needles, it wouldn't represent it visually very well.
Right, makes sense. Because
So I actually like the animation in this game a lot more than in the second game, because then again in the second game it doesn't visualize it very well.
Right.
And acid looks good, to be honest.
The acid does look really cool. But I see what you're saying. That yeah, them shooting needles would be a little hard to see. I mean, freaking needles.
Nope. And I mean, I guess my assumption was that at some I made the assumption that well, they shoot needles, but with the needles they shoot acid. Yeah, they spit them, kind of, obviously.
Yeah.
So what you see is the acid, but in the acid is actually a needle that impairs the guy. So it's like double deadly.
That's pretty metal.
It's pretty good.
I threw acid, and in your acid I threw needles. And yeah, they do seem pretty deadly. I'm
If you're good with
surprised.
micromanagement, you can take them down and then you can kill it.
Oh yeah, this is the unit you mentioned with the division.
Actually, oh, it works completely.
Oh. Well, never mind then, I guess.
Just with these ones, it's easy to do because they have a decent amount of HP.
They have a decent amount of HP, and
Yeah, people actually
unlike the
regen HP
Zerglings,
faster.
they have,
They regen HP faster when they're dug down. I'm not sure if they have to. I don't know if they have to be dug down in any ground or if it only works if they're dug down in the ground. I can actually test it.
I didn't know there was a, Oh, okay, that's it. That's this. Their ground is by the base.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see this guy.
He's at 23. He's at 22. 25. So, he's good. I mean, I can kind of see where they're gonna be at some point. I'm just gonna have a guy standing. I might actually be wrong and they don't heal faster. But I'm pretty sure they do heal faster when they duck down.
Yeah, I assume so, though. They don't seem to be healing, like, super fast.
Wait, they never heal really fast. Zergs,
Yeah.
I mean, Dark units have the pro of being able to heal. But they don't heal as fast as Protoss shields regenerate, for example.
Right. I already remember you mentioned that, because obviously that's the advantage of the shields, is that not only do you have shields, but they regenerate faster than HP, and Terrans, of course, just have more HP.
Yeah. Though I might not actually heal faster when ducked down.
Huh.
Who knows? I might actually be just missing that they put in Starcraft too.
Yeah, it might be, because... Oh, that's what... Yeah, so I was thinking, like, obviously you would be the expert on this particular game compared to me. I don't know much about what's going on, except for that these overlords are still slow as ever. But they look pretty Inquisition-y.
I mean, expects the Overlord Inquisition.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine, like, if you were playing online and someone, like, invaded your base? You'd be pretty surprised they invade your base and those things.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't heal faster.
I'd be pretty impressed if someone managed to invade someone's base with theirs, though.
Well, I can spoiler you that they can also work as dropships.
Oh. But they're so slow, though.
There's an upgrade to make them faster.
Okay. I was thinking, I was like,
You need an upgrade to make them be able to carry things, and then you need an upgrade to make them go faster. Technically, you can also use them when they're slow. But it's not very efficient.
But, yeah, I assume that.
But I would actually say, like, for just units that you can mindlessly spam, I would say these are my favorite. Because they have range, so you don't need to micromanagement them much. You can just make, but they have more value than a marine. Right, not being super expensive to just build a lot of.
Makes sense.
So you can swarm them pretty well.
Yeah, they'll do the Zerg thing. Makes sense. And then that's...
That was the
really
thing always looks like a hot dog.
It does kind of look like a really weird hot dog.
Yes. I don't know what this thing looks like. It looks like that thing on a dinosaur. One of those dinosaurs. No! What?
What happened?
The fuck just happened? That was a weird graphic bug. Unless I just saw that wrong. I have to see that in the recording. Because I'm pretty sure he picked this up he just carrying the egg, and then he built a building. And then he spawned the thing to the thing.
Wow. That's an interesting thing.
Because I was like, for a moment I thought it was gonna make me lose because I lost the egg.
Yeah. That'd be pretty terrible if it did. And also, I accidentally plugged my headset. Oops. Oh, I haven't done that in a while either. Jeez. Okay, let's try and not do that. Got my headset back on.
Yay, I'm drug washing, which is not working that well because I guess I kind of stuck doing this thing here. He's just dancing way.
I think getting hallwayed is not the most effective way to serve rush, yeah. But there
Let's
you
do
go.
that. That guy, like, I have a flamethrower, I have acid.
I have a lot of acid.
I love the animation. It's an awesome attack animation.
It really is an awesome attack animation. Even if it doesn't look like they're shooting needles, it's rad.
I mean, come on, who doesn't want to destroy buildings by shooting acid at it?
That's a good question. We should ask Obama.
But like, I prefer scratching.
I prefer nomming buildings personally. I am Obama and I am.
I think I built too many hydras for this mission. And yes, I call them hydras. They technically hydra-less, but since childhood I've just called them hydras.
It's fine. Hydra
In fact, I
is...
think as a kid I used to call them hydrants. So whatever the German equivalent of that was. It's difficult remembering names as a kid.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that. I'm sure I said, like, a ton of names wrong as a kid.
Hydranten is what the German word would be for hydrant.
Interesting.
But I'm pretty sure the game was in English anyway, so it's not like I knew what the fuck was going on.
Makes sense. Because admittedly, like, back then, it's not surprising that I think probably even less games than there are now would be, fully translated. And I can't imagine.
Even the text might have been in German, but I'm pretty sure that
The voices, yeah. I
like this game, by the way. It's pretty fucking metal.
It's pretty metal.
Here.
Yeah, I see the skulls. You don't get much more metal than that.
E-question. Confederate capital world of Tessonis.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, guys. just a gang of talking brains. So yeah, we are, by the way, on the human home planet that deserves our van because of what we did as the humans. That's where we are.
Interesting. Yeah.
I get the hunter killers.
Hunter. What?
Hunter killer.
That's what it's called, or is it?
That's what I could. Hunter killer.
Huh. Interesting. They're not really called.
They will serve you unquestionably. Go now. Bring swift wrath to all who would oppose the swarm.
I like
Oh, way to call
hydralisks.
hydralisks, but these are just hunter killers.
Yeah, I don't know. These are special hydralisks. In the game, for a reason, not always. Like, it's not a canon thing really, but most of the different brains, which are the Severits, they all have like they're specialized in specific area in Zerg units. Like later you meet like some have like overpowered other units.
I guess
but this
that
guy
would
has
explain.
overpowered hydralisks.
Right. I guess that would explain why he said your units will aid you rather than he's like, my units will aid you rather than just being like, yeah, have some units.
Yep. So these guys are really OP.
I can tell by the fact that you just like ran into the Protoss like place and started punching people.
Yeah, like they can't solo the mission, but I like to play around a little bit.
Yeah, makes sense. It's always fun to get to play around with stuff like that before things get really intense. And then Dragons happens.
Okay, I just have to. I don't even have to destroy all of them. I'm gonna try to not drag this mission out.
Makes sense. You already mentioned that there's a lot of these egg missions.
You've doing like 4 or 5 egg missions. Welcome
Who
to the
doesn't-
egg quest.
Who doesn't love the egg quest, though? I'm
That
almost...
Eggman guy from the Sonic game.
Yeah. Actually, this one... Egg quest
Oh,
is...
okay, now.
Egg quests is, ironically, though it's called that, is ironically one of the reasons that Sonic Adventure 2 is one of the best Sonics. Because they had this Chow garden.
I see, that's why it didn't work, because I can't actually dig down because of the fact that he never stay kill him.
Oh.
Right, you can dig down anywhere. The reason you can't dig down is the turret is a spotter. You can see invisible units.
Oh, and so that's
They
how.
still kill the fucker.
Yeah. Where's that one going?
I don't know, it's the freezing.
Like, I'm gonna fuck off now. But yeah, anyways, they have the Chow Garden minigames, which is basically a minigame where the rings and items you collect in the game actually have a thing you can do with them, which is level up your little Chow things, which are, they're things.
What does it
Admittedly, these days it probably doesn't even... These days it probably won't even hold my interest, because they don't really do much. Like, they have competitions, like you can have fighting competitions and racing and whatnot. But come to think of it, they don't have any point to the actual game. They're just, they're just something you can do that has like this RPG thing to it, which is why I like it.
Huh. Well, let my guys relax a bit.
Sounds like a plan.
They don't have to work overtime. Zergs are the good communists.
Zergs is clearly the good communists. Look at their faces. You can see what good communists they are.
Here's technically Zergs are communists. I mean, if a hive mind is considered a communist, then yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the hive mind would technically be a communist in a way. Communist bastards! It's freaking Zergs.
It'd be funny if they blamed the fucking... They're like, hey, the communists are fault for the Zerg existing.
Oh man. Maybe that's why you gotta deal with the Russian guys in the expansion, because they're like, no, we cannot let Mother Russia be blamed for this outburst.
Yes.
But
what was I gonna say? The tanks, I think, are actually the best towers. The Protoss towers, I like them because they can attack ground and air, but I think I already mentioned it when we played as the Terrans. They're really fragile.
Yeah.
But the tanks have like 300 HP. They do 40 damage to ground. I mean, we already fought the tanks a few times. They're pretty good.
Right. I definitely remember you mentioning the tongues.
But yeah, mostly I'm bringing it up for the reason because of
Because
because
tentacles
they're cool, but also because they might seem OP for that price because they actually cost $50 to make. But you have to keep in mind you have to make a walker first, which costs 50, and then you have to build this building, and then from that building you make the tank. So actually tanks are technically really expensive. Each tank is 175, I think.
Yeah, I assume that is a bit on the expensive side. But it seems to me the interesting thing about Zergs is the way that this units kind of amp up like that.
Yeah, I mean the thing with the Zergs, I guess, is buildings are kind of expensive because you have to build a worker first.
Right.
But at the same time, the buildings are all cheaper, but on their own, but they're more expensive if you count the worker price most times.
Right.
Not always. Like, I mean, this is 350 overall, but like this is 250.
Yeah, and I see what you mean. They're probably, like, if you're building workers specifically to build buildings, they're more expensive than if you were just building the Terran equivalent or whatever.
Yeah. But you can build like 6 workers at the same time, which I like.
Yeah, it really is interesting and cool, and it adds a neat thing to it. A neat strategy. Actually, I'm already appreciating the Zergs as their own thing. Personally, playstyle wise, I'm not sure, but I think the Terrans would probably fit me better. But the Zergs are pretty rad.
The Zergs are good. They can. Well, I guess the Zergs are a bit around being really easy to micromanagement.
Right.
Like too big economy because of the fact where you can build a lot of units at the same time and all that kind of stuff. Which I mean it works into the mentality. They're very swarm because they make a lot of. They can easily make a big industry.
Right. Makes sense. Personally, I just like the sound of feeding battleships.
Yeah, but the field battleship is not that useful.
But they're so sexy though.
Until they're frozen.
That's it. That's the only time they aren't useful, to be honest. Is if ghosts happen.
Yeah, which are also Terran units.
Yeah. Funny enough. Oh.
This guy, he's dueling like a.
I know. There's poor other these guys who got left behind from the guys that went underground.
Yeah, no one knows. That's because they can't dig under. That's why I was wondering why, but because I haven't researched the upgrade, but the Hunter Killers automatically can do it.
Right. Just their OP. Because apparently the red guy is just like, I'm gonna send you a bunch of super units. I don't know why, I just feel like it.
Huh? Did you just see that walker dance out?
I think I did, yeah.
Oh yeah, the special units are always red, I think.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
At least for Zergs, I don't know if for other guys.
Yeah,
I mean, heroes are green.
Right.
But I mean, these are not heroes because they are allowed to die.
Yeah, they're allowed to die, and they're not they're not even really important. They're just OP units, and guy was like, I bet you'd like this if I gave you these, right? I have an offer that you cannot refuse.
600 killers. Yep, I can't refuse that.
Well, I mean, come on. If a giant brain came up to you and was like, hey, you want 600 killers, what did you say to him? Nah, I think I'll go someplace else for my 100 killer needs.
Yes. Also, even another thing, on the level of detail, with the way that all the devices are slightly different. Terrans upgrade range. Like, Terrans had an upgrade for range attacks and for armor, right?
Right.
Zergs have an upgrade for melee attacks, range attack, and armor. So they have 3 different tiers. Protoss have an upgrade for melee and range attacks, armor, and shields. So they also have 3 tiers, because shields and armor are 2 different things.
Right.
So you can upgrade the shields, which mean that your shields will have an armor rating, or you can upgrade HP, which means HP has an armor rating. Most times you have more life points than you have shields, but obviously if the shields don't get penetrated at all, then you can reuse the shields over and over again. So normally I think you upgrade the shields actually, so the third. But yeah. So I mean, it's just, they work slightly different, all 3 races in that sense.
Yeah, even in their upgrade trees and what's, that is interesting. I actually didn't know that.
No,
it sounds like
Terrans have it the easiest, but that's because Terrans don't have any melee units. And
right.
they don't have any other fancy stuff. So they have it easier to upgrade, but they don't have the other fancy stuff, I guess.
Yeah. Makes sense. It does sound like the Protoss are probably the Terrans. I don't know why I said Protoss. Probably because I'm looking at a bunch of them. But it sounds like the Terrans are probably the easiest to play, but obviously have, like I said, they have the kind of least amount of options. But still, it's obviously balanced. So for
actually, now I remember why the Protoss have that. Why the Terrans have that. Because the Terrans have the thing, however, that they have the second tier upgrade rating for vehicles. Because vehicles and other units are not in the same thing.
Right, which makes sense.
So they have another one for they have melee range, they have infantry range, infantry armor, infantry attack, infantry armor. Then they have vehicle attack, vehicle armor. And then they have airplanes attack, airplanes armor.
Yeah.
But and Zergs have they have attack things that, like, they don't have the difference between vehicles and not vehicles.
Right.
But they do have a different tech tree for air units.
Makes sense.
And I think Protoss also have no vehicles, but they have a different tech tree for air units. Always we have for air.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say, it makes sense because I don't even think Zergs really have vehicles.
Yeah. I mean, really the only ones that have defined vehicles are
On Terrans.
Yeah.
Makes sense. At first I was gonna think, well, what about the Dragoons? But I guess those aren't technically vehicles.
Yeah, I mean, they have a few vehicles, but they don't. I guess the Protoss just kind of do it in general.
Yeah. Makes sense. And either way, I mean, it makes sense that the Terrans would be more vehicle based. I mean, that's kind of. It's a very Terran, very human thing, having stuff like tanks.
Okay, my hunter killer.
So hunter killers.
But see here's where like the blue.
Yeah, they have which
Heat thing.
He's losing his body heat due to almost dying.
That's how it works, right?
I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I'm pretty sure
I mean, the other thing is that these guys' tech tree levels up by leveling up the main building. Like, Terrans never level up the main building.
Yeah. Wow.
The Terrans can build that extra thing that allows us to scan and see invisible units. You saw that, I assume.
Yeah,
but like, they can't upgrade. Like, this one goes to this one, and then technically another level of upgrade, which is very much like the. Wait, I mean, I think all races in Warcraft do that.
Yeah. I believe so. And I mean, I know what you mean. It's obviously not in the same way that these upgrade, but Age of Empires, you're upgrading main base. I'm real familiar with it, but it is interesting that, like, not, there's different forms of it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, those three races were completely different. Like, the Protoss don't upgrade their main building either. Like, the Protoss never upgrade their main building. The Terrans can build that extra thing on to build the scanning thing, but the Protoss don't do anything like that at all.
Yeah. The Protoss are just like, we're gonna punch his Zerg dick. We got this. We'll punch his Zerg dick. I look forward to when we play the Protoss campaign and they basically say that in their alien-like speech.
They don't speak alien language, I think.
No, I didn't mean that, but I assume they have some
fact,
kind of...
This is slightly different. Get the Hunter Killer.
Yeah?
It's at normal, and that's the Hunter Killer version.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's red glowing eyes, and it's in different camera angle.
It is a different camera angle. I don't know why it's a different camera. I guess to make it more distinguished. But yeah. Gotta make sure. See, you got the Hunter Killer's normals on the other side. So then, when you're done killing all the people, it can be like action figures. It'd be like, now they kiss.
I want all those action figures. I mean, I want Starcraft action figures. Like,
Yeah, makes sense. I assume you said Protoss, you probably want Protoss first, but I assume in general, you know, action figures.
no, there goes on.
Oh well, yeah, it looks like we're pretty close to the end of the mission by now.
Yeah. I want even before I die, you lose the mission. We lost the egg.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. Admittedly,
I said I was supposed to make the egg into ham and eggs.
Yeah, I thought I was supposed to make an omelet out of this, not save the Zerg race.
Yeah. He's really obsessed with this precious thing that is so important to him.
He's pretty obsessed with it.
So why do I not keep the Hunter Killers? They're so awesome. Imagine if I could keep them for the rest of the game.
You know, yeah, that'd be pretty great if you could like carry them over through missions. But yeah,
I think this is literally the only time it is to be get the Hunter Killer.
Yeah, I assume so, because they seem like that random specific unit, and maybe you'll get some other specialized units, but like, yeah, it seemed like...
Thanks, dude, for that advice.
Thanks.
I'm not sure why I took go exactly to that location to do my jumps through warp space.
I'm not sure either. Actually, this particular mission seems a bit silly.
It's mostly about the fact that you can't Protoss.
Right.
And it's trying to, I think, emphasize the fact that Protoss are still on the planet trying to fight the Zergs. Rather than, like, having moved on from the whole thing.
Oh.
Like, it's not like they normally did, where they nuked the fucking planet. Because this time they didn't nuke the planet.
They didn't nuke the planet, which... They probably should have, I guess. I'm not
should have. I mean, they would have killed other Terrans, but the Terrans are gonna die anyway.
Protoss force beaten and scattered, the Overminders joined the swarms in the remote ash world of Shaw. I don't know why I said Shaw, so whatever. It's fine.
I think it's how they say Shaw.
Oh.
The Terran forces with care. Your priority is to protect the chrysalis at all costs.
Then why am I engaged? What are you guys doing? Are you guys just having a gangbang over there? Like, even the Overlord is like, sure, do it, I don't care.
He is. I don't get their plan either. Protect the egg, but engage the enemy. And it's like, you know,
That's how much
sure.
I got stuck at it as a kid.
Oh.
For a bit, because this one is this one's the one where I was ran out of money. Because it used a lot of siege tanks, which are a bit of a bitch to fight.
Makes sense. Yeah, it seems like this one already is showing that it's not a very merciful mission. Look at these dudes just hanging out here being like, I'm gonna shoot bang all these zergs. But anyways,
And this
so
is
we're
the
fighting...
first one where it can actually be destroyed. In its irony, because now it's bigger, now it can be destroyed.
Oh, okay, yeah, before it just, like, it blew up. You failed the mission if the guy can't die.
Probably, I don't know if it actually died, if it lost or if it just lay there, but for sure now you can actually get destroyed.
Yeah.
But it does look pretty cool.
Yeah,
Like,
it does.
like you can see it beating.
That is, yeah. That's almost unfortunate, but I mean, it is cool that it changed. Because at this mission, before you already started doing stuff, I was actually going to tell you, I don't know why, but I was like, you know, I want to see what happens. Probably nothing, but I just want you to pick the egg up and, like, run at the enemy.
These would shoot the guy and he would explode.
Yeah.
Kinda, they do explode. Right? I think they only explode when they carry Vespine gas, but whatever.
Yeah.
I know that they can explode for whatever reason.
Because they do that sometimes.
Yep, they explode. Also, we decided to make the defense for the egg anti-air only.
You know, I'm not sure. Like, imagine how OP that'd be if besides the anti-air, they had, like, a few tongues around
They
that,
could, like,
too.
boop, 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 which I'm gonna do just to make sure I don't lose the egg accidentally.
Right. Sounds like a plan. But yeah, I can see why as a kid this would be hard. Like, I'd probably have had trouble with this, because I know, actually, like, these days I'd probably do fine with it. I didn't play Starcraft as a kid, but I probably would have had trouble with Starcraft, because I think expanding territory tended to be one of the things I wasn't particularly great at. Not that I was terrible at it, but I usually didn't start trying to expand territory. Well, actually, I was terrible at it, because I didn't really start trying to expand territory until I needed to expand territory.
Yeah, I know that this one you have to get one pretty soon. Then it's not that difficult, but it's mostly about getting this extra base up.
Right. Mine more minerals. Jeez, man. See that jerk? Like, mine more minerals.
Jerk face, I love you.
I don't know if he actually is a jerk face, so I just imagine him sounding like super uptight and angry about it. Like, mine more minerals.
It sounds very alien.
Sounds very alien. Okay, I'll take it.
He's like, my mom, I know her.
Ah, jeez, this sounds pretty
It
intense.
should have got me for one voice actor.
They should have gotten you for a voice actor. I'd pay to see some pair voice acting with aliens.
Someday in the future, probably.
Yeah. If XCOM, like, starts getting good again.
Yes, I should totally voice the actor. That'd be fucking weird. Just in the middle of the combat, and it's like, my woman knows. It's like, if you got like you fucking confuse the guy, like they're like in a firefight with an alien, the alien picks up a like phone and calls a tavern up, and it's like, you should mind woman knows. So the tavern's like, what? And then he gets gunned down.
That would be pretty great, but I'm more of, actually that'd be pretty great random distraction. I was more of thinking just one of those random things you overhear people saying because I don't know. It's just like the guys go up to a ship and then, you know, they're about to embark on the spaceship that the aliens are in, and, you know, just as they're about to breach, you just hear, you know, find more minerals, and they're like, what? And then they just breach it anyways.
And then I find out that the ship in reality was a thing to mine. I don't know, something.
Yeah, it's a fair point. I don't know why aliens on a spaceship would be mining minerals, especially considering usually when you're invading a spaceship, it's one that you shot down.
Yep, also, isn't this a beautiful image?
It's a very beautiful image. Look at all the lava and the weird. What is that even? Oh, you probably meant the face, didn't you?
Yes.
Jeez, I don't even.
Dick in that.
No, I would not. That. I don't think anyone would. Well, okay, that's not a fair statement, but I don't think very many people would be interested in that.
Guys, take right there.
Yeah, Celestials. The tank works pretty hard. Jeez, those faces though. You're gonna give me nightmares now, Sakura. Just see what you did. Now I'm like looking at their weird contracting mouths. I'm like,
Right now, just imagine them shooting like fucking whatever this shit is. That's what they do. They shoot that out of there.
Yeah, I thought they were shooting out of their butts.
No, they shoot them out of their face.
Oh.
They shoot glaives. And they say glaive worms.
It's pretty OP. I guess. I'm not really sure. But, you know. Well, we've already proven that it's not super OP.
They're not that good. They're one of my least favorite aliens.
Makes sense.
They have an interesting concept because they attack bounces off from enemy to enemy. Which makes them, I think, really good to kill walkers and that kind of units, but they're really fragile and they have a pretty low damage when in a one-to-one combat.
Right. Makes sense. There's certainly no battleship.
Yeah, actually the battleships are not that great against them kind of fight. And if you have them, you have a lot of them. And I mean, that's not a good thing for a battleship.
Right. Oh yeah, fighting mode. It's
Fighting mode of it once. Like a battleship doesn't that high of a damage output really.
Makes sense. Battleships seem like they're mainly good for that. Well, they're one of those things you kind of more of add into your army. They're kind of that good, you know, if you have like an army of marines and some battleships and you blow up any like tanks or whatever with your battleships.
Yeah, I mean they have a lot of endurance.
Yeah.
They can tank a long time. They just don't do that much damage. And these guys can't tank or do damage. I mean, their attack does 9 damage. These guys do 10 damage per attack.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure these guys attack like twice as fast.
Yeah, I noticed the acid shooters seem to shoot pretty fast.
And these guys are like boop. Boop.
Yeah. Man, like, I sort of like, no one ever minds when you just attack your own units in this game.
I like the ability that you can do it. In fact, if you just know, when the building gets finished, it just explodes into completion.
That's pretty great. I wish buildings actually did that.
You know?
Just imagine, like, walking down the street and seeing some people working on a building and then just, BAM! Explosion! And it's done.
As long as no one gets hurt.
Yeah. As long as no one gets hurt. I think if that injured people, no one would work as a, you know, whatever. Yeah. No one would want to be.
The AI is already a lot more aggressive. It's actually attacking.
Which is nice. The AI eventually steps up. Because before it was pretty
Passive.
guidance. Yeah. But what was I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, that'd make if buildings exploded. That would make Bob the Builder so much more exciting.
Otherwise, boy, would make it not a kid show.
Probably not. But, you know, still, now I want to see that version of Bob the Builder with explosions. Just all the time.
To Bob the Builder. As if seen by Michael Bay.
Exactly. See, I'm secretly Michael Bay, except I'm better. I can probably direct a halfway decent story, maybe. At least I'm put Megan Fox on it. So, what's that? But, you know, jeez. Transformers. It's I don't even know what to say about that. It's kind of funny because it was one of the shows I watched as a kid and I actually barely remember anything about it. I probably remember more of the Transformers that didn't make any sense but were cool because I was a kid. And there were stupid cool concepts like the Transformers that transformed into like dinosaurs and stuff.
Transformers. I can hear this thing. There's a tongue. How many games can you do that?
Oh, that is a good question. There's not very many games where you can actually actively control tentacle tongues. So I appreciate that.
There's even less games where you can just tongue things.
True. The tongues of doom do not exist very often. I think this is a research that should be put into more games, like, honestly. I'd even give it, like, I'm really liking the Zerg design, like, they did an impressive feat here, because I'd say the Zerg design isn't so grotesque that it makes the game so it's unplayable for a wider audience, but at the same time, they're pretty morbid. Like,
pretty organic, that's for sure.
Organic, yeah. Well, I don't know if morbid's the right word, but, you know, it's really, it is very alien and very creepy in a way. Like, at the very least, a lot of their designs have a tendency to be unsettling. You know, like the giant eyeball and the fact that everything pulsates.
Doesn't feel like the form is pulsating.
I don't know if I have everything pulsating. I'm just saying everything pulsates.
Look at this.
Yeah, it sure is having fun there. There's probably lots of things having sex under there. I don't know. With the way these buildings work, the building itself is probably having sex. I guess that's how they become the building.
See, now I can do the overload stuff.
Oh yeah.
I can have it be able to carry. I can make it be able to see further. And I can make it move faster.
Cool. I was gonna say, do I actually need any of those? But you built the building, so I'm assuming you want it for something.
You upgrade the building. To upgrade the building, you need to upgrade the building to be able to build air units.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
I might end up needing one of those, but they are pretty expensive upgrades. So
yeah.
if I don't, I'm not gonna do it.
Right. You already mentioned that, yeah, upgrades in this game have a tendency to be a little more on the expensive side, so you can't just willy-nilly always say, well, I'm gonna just jump straight for the upgrade.
Yeah, really. I mean, in this mode, you can. In campaign, it makes sense to upgrade the units, like stats, all the time, really.
Right.
So that's for the better, normally.
Makes sense. It's for the better, and I assume that normally they at least give you enough materials to upgrade and build units.
Yep.
Like, even with this, I'm kind of surprised. It seems like I underestimated. Admittedly, with just moving over there, it obviously expanded a lot, but you are getting a lot more of the minerals than I actually thought at first. Just because admittedly with the crystals, I feel like I always underestimate how much is in, like, a single crystal.
They have a lot. I mean, 800, 900, 900, 800. I think they start with like 1,800. Maybe something like that each.
Makes sense. Look at all these Zerglorans.
You can all make new stuff.
Yeah. I assume those don't have any offensive capabilities, like...
No, but they're extremely difficult to catch.
Oh, interesting.
They're technically the most difficult units you can again. If I'm
That's...
not mistaken. It's zero to say for how much the egg has, but they have an armor of 10. That means any attack on them, that's decreased by 10 damage, which like means only 1 damage on them.
Right. Makes sense.
In fact,
So...
even these hydras only do 1 damage on them.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
And I think
No,
the egg has the same amount of armor, so the egg is actually really difficult to kill.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it sounds like they're hard to kill, but I mean, I don't know if there's... I don't know if hardest units, but probably one of the hardest units, yeah.
Well, I mean, it certainly has the
assume-
most armor. Like, I don't think there's a default unit with more than 2 armor in the game.
Yeah, yeah. You, I don't remember how much... Oh, default, yeah. Out of default units, they're probably definitely hardest to kill.
Like, even the hero, I think, had like 3 armor, maybe. That one guy.
Yeah. That guy, the, wait, the
Duke.
guy who had the battleship? Yeah,
Yes.
Duke Nukem.
I think he had 3, maybe 5 armor. I think he had 3 armor and then 2 for every upgrade, so he got up to
Speaking
7.
of which, it sounds like we're going up against Duke.
Yeah,
See his
that's why you
battleship?
do. Not his
Sure.
battleship, though.
Oh.
We're not killing him. They're not gonna kill off the characters that greatly.
Okay. I actually wasn't sure. I thought maybe, like, you know, we were gonna kill him, but it kinda makes sense. It is really early in the campaign to actually kill an important character like Duke, even if he does kinda suck. It seems like he's basically like Kaiba. Honestly, he probably does maybe eventually die, but I'm kind of sad that he's not in the second game. It's a pretty great addition.
He's one of those characters that really should not have. I mean, I get why they dropped him. But, I mean, they don't have a character that replaces him by the second game.
Right. Exactly.
And, I mean, actually, I will say, I mean, this game is not afraid of killing characters, but more so really just the expansion. Like, the expansion is actually probably deserves more credit than the base game. And the base game deserves credit for all the new things it did that had not existed before. But on the storytelling element, there's some stories that I don't like in this. Like, the Protoss campaign in the expansion is fucking useless. But, it had more of boys and being able to, like, completely willing to kill important characters and do things
Yeah,
that...
I see what you're saying. This game right here is more action. Yeah, we're more playing the action to story. Saying, well, yeah, there's good guys and there's the bad guys, and they kind of duke it out. But of course, I guess, well, it'd be spoiled. I'm not since it's too spoilers of asking if obviously they will eventually wipe out the bad guys anyways, because I don't want to be open to actually doing other things.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, who is currently the bad guys? Even then, there's no main character in this game.
Yeah.
I mean, the main character you could say is Vayner, but I mean, Vayner is not. I mean, we played Vayner with Vayner for like 8 out of the 10 times, and now we are not playing Vayner.
You know, that's actually a fair point. I mean, there isn't really a hero or main character of either story. The biggest main character you already mentioned is there's actually technically a main character. He's just basically the player, you know, in every campaign. They're just like, hey, you're the new commander guy. You're pretty great. Go do a thing.
Go have an orgy.
Go have an orgy. I'm sure it'll be great. I'm sure it'll give you, you'll get a 10 out of 10.
So these guys are actually pretty decent if you can swarm them though. Which is, I mean, I still think they're not that great because they're really expensive for being, like, they're good if you can have a big amount, but they are really expensive. I think the main reason why they're used a lot is you can actually, if you're really good, you can make them all like on one place, which makes them really efficient for combat.
Right.
Because they can spam attacks.
Yeah, it certainly looks like most of the Zerg type units, they can definitely spam their attack. And they seem like a unit that is useful for those who know, you know, how to micromanage, like put,
Also, they can attack while moving if you do it correctly. So
I think
really...
yeah, I think I actually remember you mentioned that the Zergs had a unit that can attack it.
Yeah, it's part of this one.
Yeah. I don't remember if you mentioned that it was really particularly useful, but I think you mentioned that it made it more, you know, more popular, like, online.
Yep, that's probably didn't get poked on Steam.
You totally didn't. That's fine. Oh, that's actually something I need to reinstall on this computer. I haven't reinstalled Steam yet.
It's pretty Steam-tastic.
It's pretty Steam-tastic. What would I do without all of the deals that it reminds me of that I'm not gonna use? I mean, basically because I'm down.
Yes.
I'm not really after to buy much right now.
You still are really quiet sometimes. I'm not sure, but I really hope my sound measurement is not up.
I might just be mumbling. I don't know. I'm trying to keep my volume up, as I generally do. Sorry, anyone, if I am a bit quiet, but I think you checked it quite a bit. I think it's probably fine.
Yep. No, this is where it's difficult if you've done that. If you go to this bad, because the tanks will fucking murder you. Go on,
yeah, and then you can, like, yeah, I can see how at this point you could actually...
But the fucking other guys murder you fucking... Like, this is a fucking just hallway of death.
Of death, yeah. I know that feel. I mean, I actually got stumped on a hallway of death in Disgaea for quite a while.
Maybe the way that you have to do this is, I think, if you can fuck that tank.
Jeez, these tanks are jerks. Okay, so we gotta...
This is not good, right? Performance, he has a lot of machines.
Yeah, he does. Like, just... And I thought we were supposed to be the Zerg swarm, but look, that guy's just... Freaking Duke apparently became super competent.
Yeah, Duke has always been super competent. He just never wins.
Yeah. And then he's just like Kaiba, yeah.
So am I supposedly super confident, but also never wins.
Well, I was gonna say supposedly, but yeah, admittedly, like, he does have a lot of, you know, cards that aren't that great. Then again, it's always hard to say in this show what isn't a great card, considering half of them don't do it. They actually just make up rules.
Half of them just do things, have different things every time, so maybe it's like, maybe this time this card will do something really awesome. This bunker's empty. What the heck?
That's weird, yeah. Yeah, but no one can blame him for thinking that, yeah, maybe if he just keeps playing the Blue Eyes White Dragon, it'll get even more OP over time.
Oh, it kind of does. It keeps somehow keeps creating new things.
Yeah, that's true. Like, they have the zombie dragon now. Show a bunch of other stuff.
Hey, Walker, just don't mind my guys.
We're totally not doing a thing, though. Don't worry, yeah, don't worry about this, like, massive death pool thing going on.
Excuse me,
Finish blowing up your buildings.
I'm gonna leave now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fight those Marines.
sounds like a plan. Duke seems to really have a thing for the Marines today.
Yeah, I guess it's because he can't build anything. For whatever reason, he's not allowed to build the Walker guys, I think. Which means that he can't do anything much, like he had no anti-air other than Marines.
Makes sense, which really, yeah, Marines are surprisingly pretty tank effective. I think you already mentioned that. Once
Because he takes the rocks all the time, which means that he has a really high damage output.
Oh, Duke sure does love his drugs.
I mean, it speeds up his guys, and my guys are really fragile. So,
Yeah.
And because of the fact that my guys, I think the biggest problem is my guys take quite some time to get the first shot in, because of being so slow. So, till they get that, so a lot of them die before they even get their first shot in.
Right. Terrans get off, especially with the speed drugs, they get off like, you know,
They
3
kill, like,
shots.
They kill like 20% of your guys before you can even attack.
Yeah.
And that
Makes
obviously now you have
sense.
20% less damage output, and then that steam
Right.
goes very quickly.
Makes sense.
And that's
That
why I'm
does
harassing him from one side each.
Sounds pretty sexy. Certainly seems to do a thing. I don't think he can quite handle it.
Because now he doesn't have enough guys here to
To-
down.
Right. Which means that you're going to take over his top right base. Eat it.
Wait a moment to get more guys.
Sounds like a plan, but yeah, I'm not entirely certain. It looks like you pretty much got this one.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's true.
I see. Sorry, what were you saying?
This should be
But yeah, it's kind of funny to see Duke not all about his airships.
pretty good. Yeah, Duke actually barely ever used battleships, I think.
Yeah.
It's just that he has a battleship. Maybe that's why he doesn't use them, because it makes them, otherwise he wouldn't be special anymore.
You know, that's a fair point. I mean, that does sound like something very kind of you. I mean, heck, you specifically destroyed all the blue eyes white dragons that he did there.
Yes.
Heck, I mean, he could have just kept one, but no, he's like, I'm gonna tear the card because no one else can have
Yeah. That logic flow.
it. It's Kaiba clearly does not need anyone. He's Kaiba.
Now I can get the idle list in here. Clean this shit up.
Hydralisk, sponsored by Kaiba. They're just...
Sucks though. Aliens don't exist. Someone already made that joke. That should be like Yu-Gi-Oh! This fucking Xenonauts, XCOM. It's just like the aliens are like kidnapping Kaiba. He's like, aliens, they don't exist.
That's pretty great. I was actually thinking along the lines of Kaiba just being like, Zerg, sponsored by Kaiba Corp. They can't harm anyone. They're just holograms.
And that's pretty good shit.
Man, that'd have been pretty metal if Kaiba threatened to suicide by Zergs.
Damn it, that is fucking beat me. What you gonna do about it?
That still, it's funny how like ridiculous that was, and yet as a kid I thought that was super dramatic, and now I think back to it, I'm like, that's really dumb.
You're doing this, dude. I die. Okay.
Yeah.
Home celebrants, do not pursue them.
Cerebrate, you must stay and relocate the chrysalis to a more secure location. Dagoth shall deal with the remaining Terran forces.
I want to burn more buildings. Whatever.
Oh.
At least
wow.
you can do credit for knowing when to retreat.
Yeah, he actually did know when to retreat and apparently successfully escaped the Zergs.
Nope. See, he ain't so bad. He just never wins.
Yeah. Poor Duke.
So I was
He's-
not sure because they talked about the psionic like images and whatnot, but now the cutscene for it plays, which always confused me as a kid. Well, when you get stuck on the last mission, there's no sound.
Okay, so this is supposed to be like a psychic vision thing.
Yes, but it would have made more sense if they played the psychic vision the mission before, to be honest.
Right.
Because that mission was because they saw the psychic, whatever.
Yeah, and this is like I don't even know what's going on in this one.
No, it's just a psychic vision of like.
It's
fucked
just
up
it's
stuff.
just a psychic vision of Zerg stuff happening.
Yes, which I mean is what that's why they came here, because they saw the Zerg on the planet.
Yeah. Well, you know, you gotta reaffirm it. You gotta look and be like, Agent of the Swarm, Partner Hive Cluster, Planet Shaw.
Cerebrate, be warned. While Dagoth is occupied with the forces of the Dominion, the emanations of the chrysalis have called even more of our enemies to Jar.
These too shall be eradicated by your hand, Cerebrate. For you grow more cunning with each passing battle. Indeed, you are a testament to my will and the fury of the swarm. Yet first must you stay your wrath and watch over the chrysalis a while longer. For the very hour of the Sleeper's rebirth is at hand, and soon my greatest creation shall be loosed.
Yes, it's the greatest creation. So this is a mission where the fucking egg will actually do something.
Oh my god. This is a giant rock.
Yes.
This
it's
thing's
a
giant rock.
So in 10 minutes the egg will hatch, but I'm not gonna do the mission right now.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
right,
gonna
since
say,
that dude be
this
like,
part's already... So you're basically doing what I said, just... But...
Alright. All crews stay frosty and keep your eyes peeled for our target. Remember, not only are we up against the Zerg here, but our old pal General Duke may be creeping around too. Let's hope this trip wasn't a big mistake.
Don't worry, I just did it for you, Wayne.
I was gonna say... yeah, listen, it's just like the Christmas has been destroyed. For some reason in this game, whoa, jeez, that's pretty intense. I'm guessing that's the Protoss just nuking us.
Actually, it's the Terrans, I think, nuking us.
Oh.
That's that because that's actually a nuke, not just like, if Protoss don't physically nuke us, they blast us with energy.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
I don't know what the building is supposed to be. Like, I assume it's supposed to be the hive, like the main building, but it doesn't look like it because it looks less fleshy and more like stone.
Yeah, it does. That's interesting. I'm not really sure, but I just, for some reason, I really love this loser screen. It's so, like, that mushroom pod is so good.
Yep. I don't actually know what the... Let's see very quickly what the Terran losing screen is.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan, because I don't think we ever saw it, because I don't think you ever lost as a Terran.
Yeah.
And admittedly, usually, like, I'm sure there might be some games where you actually lose the losing condition, but I'd say normally, if you think you're gonna lose, or if something wasted too much time, and also I don't think you ever thought you would lose during the Terran campaign, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in the Zerg one I actually loaded a few times. Fuck, it was not it. I was trying to find one where I actually had Venus
Where the-
kill the motherfucker.
Right, because that'd be a fast way to get a lose condition rather than having to, like, destroy all your stuff.
I'm a force. I like that name.
It's a pretty good name. I like that. Yeah.
What, Commander? Fuck you, Commander. Fuck you, Commander. Fuck you.
It's pretty intense. He's still talking.
God damn it, even in his afterlife he touches me. Man, that's been kid.
Really? Because it seems like Raider could shut up.
Yep.
Honestly, I like the Zergs better. This is actually like I think I get what's supposed to be happening, but I can actually no, I don't.
I'm not entirely sure. But he has a shotgun, I know that much.
He does have a shotgun.
Why all the movies have shotguns? And it looks like a shotgun to me.
It does look like a shotgun. Like that does not look like a machine gun. I don't even know that much about guns, but that doesn't look like a machine gun.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's different. It's just.
It's just this guy. It's just this guy being like, no.
Just, I don't know, just event winning or something.
Yeah.
Maybe he just forgot that he just remembered he left his stove on.
That's probably it too. It's not in the face of him like losing. That's like, oh shit, I left my stove on.
Yep. Well, thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope to see you all next time.
I will go climb into this black hole now. Bye.
Yeah, America.